Hello and welcome to EcoWest, where I, Daniel Kim, try to inspire you to go out into nature. After you figured out what to wear, now we have to figure out what exactly you want to pack. So in this video, I will show you what I put in my backpack, coming right up. And hopefully I can get this recorded before the natural lighting is gone. Rule number 1, which backpack to get. There's a lot of backpacks out there, and honestly, you can just go ahead and use your school backpack. I mean, a backpack's main thing is to carry stuff with on your back, isn't it? And if it's just for a day hike, you only really need like 25 liters, 15 liters. You don't even need that much. But if I had to choose, the small backpack I have is this Osprey backpack, called the Daylight. It's, I don't know, it's solid. So if I were to have a choice, my backpack would be the Osprey Escapist 25 liter pack. What I really look for in a backpack is if it has breathability in the back and if it has these straps. This will reduce the amount of weight that's put upon your shoulder and it goes more towards your hip. More or less, it distributes the weight better, so when you go up or down the hill, it won't really affect your body as much as if you were to have a backpack without those straps. Again, you don't have to follow a brand name. Hiking does not have to be expensive at all. You usually have the stuff in your house, and honestly, I've seen people carry plastic bags up a mountain. Make sure to bring it back down though. The next thing you want to prepare is going to be food and water. So obviously you're going to be bringing more food in this, but I like to have some energy bars on the side and some small lightweight snacks. Get those extra calories in you and you'll be able to go up and down the hill easily. For water, I tend to bring more water than I usually need. This one's a 1.18 liter, 40 fluid ounces. Best part about water is throughout the day, it gets lighter and lighter because it's going all into your body, isn't it? Remember to stay hydrated. And water bottles, come on, you don't have to be expensive with this one. You can bring the Sunny water bottles for all I care. But I decided to get a Hydro Flask because it's vacuum sealed and it's really nice and big. The temperature keeps really constant in this, so I'll be up in the hill in the summertime and my water will still be cool. And the next thing I recommend is a first aid kit. You can buy these pre-kitted? If you're going in a group, only one person needs to have a first aid kit, and it's always better to have it than to not. Every time I've gone hiking with someone for some strange odd reason always needs to use a first aid kit. Especially in the larger group ones. Inside a first aid kit I'll have things like hand sanitizer, bandages, gauze tape, etc. I could do a more thorough first aid kit video if you guys want it. Next thing I have is sunscreen. You want to have extra amounts of sunscreen even in the winter, especially if you're going to be in the snow. And come on, you should know it by now. Sunbeams onto you. Not good for your skin cancer, etc. Lots of irritation. I just recommend that you wear sunscreen all throughout the year. And the next thing I recommend is a survival blanket. These guys are like $1 at Walmart. Let's say you got in a sticky situation, you decide to go off trail and you have no idea where you are. But if you have a survival blanket, you can definitely survive the night extremely well. Wrap it around your body like a normal blanket, and a lot of that heat will be retained inside that, and so you'll be nice and warm in the nighttime. It weighs like absolutely nothing, and so I just recommend having it just because. And the next thing I recommend is a multi-tool, and no, it's not because you look nice and professional when having one. And so what I have is a Leatherman Wave. The cool thing about Leathermans is that they have this plier sort of design, and I don't know, they're really extremely well made. I'm not going to go through all of the tools in a Leatherman because there's so many of them. I think like there's like 17 tools inside this one little thing. But you never know what kind of situation you might require a specific tool for. For instance, maybe you'll need a knife to cut something. Or you could have a different kind of knife to cut some other different kind of stuff. The thing about hiking is that you always want to be prepared. Also, when I talk about being prepared, I recommend bringing a lighter. I personally don't smoke, but they're a really good source for fire if you potentially need one. Make sure to read your park's regulations if fire is allowed in that area or not. But honestly, with a fire starter, the chances of success are extremely high. And the next thing I bring on a hike are warm socks, and a beanie, and a whatever this thing is, the thing that goes around your neck. And if you watched my previous video, I told you why socks are so important. Dry socks in particular. Remember, when you're hiking, you're pretty much on your feet all day, and so if you have discomfort in your feet, then you would have a bad time while hiking. And it being in the scarf for just in case you get a little bit too cold. And the next thing I bring is a headlamp. Honestly, you'll probably be good with not having a headlamp, but they're really useful, especially if you get lost in the wild at dark. And honestly, you could use your phone flash, but would you risk losing that battery when you might need it the most? And because I do a lot of filming on the field, I bring a power bank and extra batteries for my cameras. And honestly, I recommend bringing a power bank because you don't want to have a dead phone when you're out in the wild. It's just in case if you get lost or something. Be sure to bring the cable. That happened to me a lot of times, and boy do I really get angry at myself when that happens. And you can use any power bank. I use raw power. The reason why is because it's just really well built and it charges my phone like 4 times, and so I just don't really have to worry about it too much. Finally, the last thing for me are my camera gear, because I make videos and you guys should make videos too. Share that knowledge. I think that's it. And so that's pretty much all I'll bring for a day hike. I could bring binoculars or maybe some identification books. But for the general hobbyist who just wants to get started in hiking, these are the items that I recommend that you bring. And while it is good knowledge to bring a compass and a map to a trail that maybe you're not really familiar with, I just recommend that you just stay on the trail, and that way you just probably won't need to use one. But it's really good to know how to use one. I might make a video about that in the future. And so I hope that this video has helped you with getting prepared to go out on your first hike. If you want more content like this, please like and subscribe. I make these kind of videos every Wednesday. Mondays and Fridays are different topics. So go out there and be an inspiration to people all around you. Have a good one. Peace.